Would you eat something called chicken bog? I know it sounds like a dish that came out of the swamp or like a Cartoon Network character name, but this is chicken bog, and let's talk about the history behind it. So, chicken bog is a rice based dish that has smoked sausage, chicken, and other herbs and spices. It is a classic South Carolina dish, and the name itself is a little bit unknown and confusing. Some people say that it's called chicken bog because the dish is like bogged down with so many ingredients. I think that's a little bit of a stretch, but whatevs. The other one is because it's very like has a moist consistency. I used to have a problem saying that word. Now I feel like it's like no big deals. Like, yeah, because of the consistency, it reminded them kind of like a swamp, and so bog, swamp. Now, the creation of this dish goes back to the 1800s in Horry County in South Carolina. There was a plantation owned by Captain Henry Buck, and he had enslaved people working there. Rumor has it that the conditions there and the way that those enslaved people were treated were relatively nice. I don't know what that means. I'm obviously hoping that everybody was as kindly treated as humanly possible, considering those times and those circumstances, which is super messed up. So please always know your history. Resources for agriculture and cooking were made available, and so it is said that enslaved people were the first to create this dish using what's known as Carolina gold rice. But this rice was brought from Africa, and because the people from Africa were already absolute rice growing and cultivating wizards, they knew what the hell they were doing. So they were able to make these spectacular dishes with just the resources that they had on hand, mixed it all up into like a big kind of a cauldron type of pot, and kind of just like low and slow and let it do its thing, and was able to come up with this beautiful historic dish. By the Civil War, South Carolina was known as the rice capital. Now, if a dish is very good, its popularity is going to spread. And so by the 1920s, tobacco farmers used to make this because they had these long days and they would get very hungry afterwards. And they're like, oh, I need something. But the great thing is you can throw it all in the pot, prepare it, and then just let it sit and do its thing, come back, and then you're ready to grub. Then if you head to Loris County in South Carolina, they do a bog off festival every year. But if you've never tried chicken bog before, and if you don't have time to make it down to that festival, you can learn more about the history of chicken bog on my podcast, Sprung on Food. You can find it on YouTube as a video at the I Am Sprung channel, or listen to it as a podcast wherever you get your podcast. Just search for Sprung on Food.